Hello, everyone. I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom, which we technically already finished. Week 35, day 2. So, of course, last night, we did the entirety of Tower of Doom. We're already done. So much so that we even got our orb. Let's see, do we get anything good from it? Come on, something good. That is not something good. But yeah, now we are officially done. You know you are done with the Tower of Doom event based on two things. If this stage says stage 12, however, there is a second condition for Tower of Doom. You also need this to say 26, as you do get a scroll every single time you complete out to the final floor up to room 25. So as soon as you reach 26, you are basically done, as long as that's 26, and this says stage 12, in which we have. So there we go, we finished it within the day. Though technically we already had it done last night, though the guild didn't have the last few points, but now they do. Let's see, where's all the bare minimums at? Let's see, anyone at 35 should be at bare minimum. Yep, there we go, the bare minimum squad. Anyways, and some people still going, of course, which is actually why we're in top 50, I think. Because we're in like 60-something earlier, but since we have some people doing extra, push this a little bit over. We now get 15 more gems to add to the stack of gems. Anyways, of course, main thing we have going on today. Oh, I got that pet again. I don't need it, though. I already paid the 1,350 gems to get it max. So we don't actually need it. But it is a good one, though. That's for King Avalon, which is that one elf troop that boosts other elves. But anyways, we got a faction assault going on today. Umbral Nexus, pretty straightforward. You just loop over there and then boop, go all the way around. Very straightforward pathing. And the yellow-purple restrictions, so we do have access to some of the stronger things. We have access to Guard's Avatar, Sir Quan Hadley. We have access to Iron God Zulgoth. We have access to Thrall Leprechaun. Pretty much all the ultra meta stuff for running factions. Pretty much have access to, other than, you know, Rowain Quick Kill. But most of the other ones we have all good to go. Before we get into that, though, I do want to go and clear out one other mode, and that is, of course, the Lunar New Year. We should be able to max out the pet today. I won't be able to get the final pet copy we need, and obviously not the Power Orb yet, but we will be able to go get the Tuzi pet maxed. Of course, Tuzi itself, unfortunately, not that good of a troop. However, giving a 5 to all stats at least kind of does something, kind of not really. It makes it go from useless to 5 stats more than useless, so it technically does something. Anyways, let's go buy our battles, 50 gems a day. And let's get into it. Anyways, hello everyone, and we're still using the same team as before. Hello, actually let me use the other chat, be quicker. Hello, Roman, hello Tyrion, hello Isabel, hello Barbara, hello Bill, hello Dwight, hello Logic Slayer, hello Lester, hello Anthony, hello Genki, hello Emernator, hello Nightmare, hello Roman, hello Jonian, hello Anthony, hello Supernova, hello NASA. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I mentioned it during the video, though. I haven't mentioned it during any streams yet. But they are getting people for the next patch as far as beta testing it. I haven't beta tested any of their betas for, like, gosh, 4 years now. I'm almost tempted to sign up for this one just for the fun of it. Just to see what the current state of their betas are even like. Because, yeah, they put the post on last night. Though it was last night after our stream, so I didn't see it last night. Because, well, it happened after the fact. But if we go to gemsofwar.com, click on the forum, next patch is soon, TM. What does that say? Unfortunately, your browser is unsupported. I know, we're using the browser through, Steam. Oh gosh, the page. It's even more broken than normal. Why does this page look differently broken, like, every single time we get here? Like, obviously because of that, but still. Official news. You know what? Let me just go to all the official newses, and it should be, like, one of the first ones here. Oh, good. This page is less broken. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. I've never seen it broken in this way. Interesting. This page just loves to find new ways to break. But hello, adventurers! We are now beginning the next round of beta testing, this time for version 6.8. If you participate, you will get a sneak peek for some of the upcoming content, troops, and events, for example. And small game changes that will be able to share your feedback. And will they? About usability and your experience with us to the prior to the release. And they do it through Discord. They've been doing that for a while now through the Discord. I think the last 3-4 years now. But yeah, has all the info for it. Do you have to email it these days? I think you have to email it. Let's see. And they're taking it for the next 3 days, which is technically the next 2 days based on when this was posted. Yep, they're getting people for it. Also, someone posted a meme. Anyways. Let's see. Yeah, they're starting to beta test up. Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Jesse! Do you want us to sing happy birthday to you? Let me know. Yeah, happy birthday. Oh, what do we need here? But yeah, with that patch thing, that does mean the patch is in like 3 weeks pretty much. Because that's generally around the time when we can gauge like a beta to like full release. It's normally like 3-ish weeks after the fact. Can change, but normally it's like roughly 3 weeks after. I know, they don't listen. It's actually one of the reasons why I stopped even doing the betas. Is I would take like several hours, type out all this stuff, and maybe one of like 20 things would get even like partially addressed. And the rest would just get ignored. But yeah, I stopped doing the betas for like 4 years now. Though I am tempted to do one just to see like what the current state of it's like. As it is, I haven't done one since the pandemic. Like it was pre-pandemic times. Like half a year before pandemic was like the last time we did one of the betas. Also, thank you for the support, Clip-Bomb. Greatly appreciated. Oh, yeah, so let's go sing happy birthday for Mr. Jesse then. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Jesse. Happy birthday to you. Hope you had a wonderful birthday today, Jesse. Or later today, depending on what your time zone is. I'm not sure if you're Europe time that's just about to start your birthday, or if it's just ending now, but I hope it went well. Or will go well if it hasn't started yet. Oh, Marilev actually gets the kill with 6 damage, I mean. That's funny. It happens sometimes. Oh, we have enough to go max out the pet. We turned 22 in March, nice. Oh, why did I not take that? Yeah, gosh, we're almost 30. Where'd all the time go? The 20s went by, like, so quick. No, in all fairness, like, half that time was a pandemic. Or I guess a third of that time. It's like a third of it was college, third of it was pandemic. The other third just kind of, like, blew by. Let's see. Take the red over there. Yep, no problem. Glad your birthday went well. Oh, how are you not dead? Do you have spell reduction? No. How are you not dead? How's everything else dead, but you're, like, so durable? 1 HP. Or, sorry, 4 HP. Can't read numbers today. Alright, that's all of our battles. And now let's go max the pet. Though this does not mean we're done with the pet. I still need to go get the final copy. So, of course, this finishes the standard pet, but once you buy all those standard pets 5 times, you get access to the golden pet. You only get 1 copy every time you buy the golden pet, so it is only worth getting 1 copy of it, and then upgrade it through pet orbs at a later point. Ideally, just 1 major pet orb. Alternatively, you can get it max for 10 bucks. However, that costs 10 bucks. Doing it the other way is free, but if you buy this 10 times, it gets it max. But the other alternative is buy 1 copy, use a major pet orb at a later point, and you're good to go. And just have the 1 copy so you can do that at some point in the future. And that's pretty much the game plan. We'll get the more points tomorrow, buy 1 copy of it, and then we're pretty much good to go. And the rest of our points, of course, is going to the power orb. Just so we can get a pretty cheap power orb for a couple 100 gems. Anyways, let's go max the pet. It's not like it's going to do that much, but oh yeah, let me go get rid of that search. I had that up for the video that we finally covered. A little bit later than normal, but it is up, the weekly video and everything. Still has all the teams for everything, like today, the rest of the week, and all that. Also, gosh, I need to make sure not to accidentally click those orbs. It will eventually happen. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen. There we go. Yeah, we got the bunny maxed. Actually, we're getting another cosmetic pet tomorrow, too. Barbecue Day. What day is International Barbecue Day? I still have not looked that up, by the way. Google, what day is International Barbecue Day? International Barbecue Day, date 2023. Wait, what? Confusion. Confusion. Terran's world. Wait. Wait. Wait, did I read something wrong earlier? Barbecue Day 2023. January 25th. Hmm. It's Australia Day? Ah, it's Australia Day. Australia Day? Australia Day dates 2023. Yeah, January 26th, which is 2 days from now. Aha! We have found it. Anyways, we have found the thing. What, have they ever done that in any other year? I don't feel like they have. Anyways, we finished this, right? We're done. Good. Until tomorrow. Next, well, since we're doing dailies, might as well clear out all the dailies before we go to the faction. Kind of already started at them. Still got a little bit to go in the campaign, though. This Thursday, we get 27-star Zulcari. Is actually going to be the first kingdom I ever bother getting to 27-star. Even though there are others worth doing it that are magic-based, like Kakarot or Darkstone. I just haven't bothered doing it yet because I'm not sure which one of them I want to upgrade. So I've kind of just been hesitating on which one we finally go for until we have more resources. But in the case of Zulcari, it is the only one that uses green, so we don't need to hesitate with the upgrade and just immediately do it when we have it. And we'll have it this Thursday. So we'll be able to do that then. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually get one more green deep book too, which we actually going to need for it. Because I believe we are 1 short. Let me get a double check. We go check the level, we are 1 short. And if I'm not mistaken, you know what we're getting today? 1 green deed book. It's on the paid side, but we are getting it. Yeah, that's the 1 green deed book I need to go get Zulcari to 18 star, or level 18, without having to convert any of my deeds. Of course, we could just convert the deeds and we'll already have it. But without needing to convert any of them, we'll have it today, once we go get our 10 crowns. Anyways, let's go do adventure board. There's something good on it. Oh, never mind. Everything's good. Okay, we'll just wipe out adventure board for once. Not with that team, though. There's Phoenicia. Or I should say Magnesia. It's Australia Day. Not sure why Terran's World is Barbecue Day. I don't know either. Because I was going to say, I don't think we've ever gotten that for that kind of holiday. Which really threw me off. Yeah, that would make more sense. Because I believe they have done an Australia Day pet a couple times in the past. I don't think they've done one every year. But they have done them before. Yeah, that would fix the confusion then. Yeah, we're getting that pet tomorrow in a couple hours. Actually, at this point, I say tomorrow, yet it's in like 5 hours from now. 5 hours, 45 minutes. Which is still technically tomorrow. At least for our time zone. Also, they still made no word on the... I'm actually surprised. They're kind of just ignoring it. But they made no word on the Kingdom Pass thing that happened. Or not Kingdom Pass, I keep interchanging them. But on the Campaign Pass, they still haven't mentioned anything about the Campaign Pass issue from last week. I'm kind of surprised. Still no post on it. Oh yeah, I think it was Kafka who did the response on the forum thingy. Not for the campaign, but for the what's it called? For the other issue they had. It's hard to keep track of all the issues, there's so many, but for the lack of Vault event. But no, to my understanding, as far as the whole Vault event situation, they just didn't want to do one during a Kingdom Pass. Which I guess is fine, but they need to, like, make it so it's not as big of an interval in between, if they're going to do it that way. Because it's fine if they just don't ever want to do one during a Kingdom Pass. They just need to make sure there's a Vault event, like, before and after every Kingdom Pass, then. If they're going to do it that way. Because a Kingdom Pass is only 5 weeks, so they can do a Vault event in a 6-week interval without ever doing it during a, Kingdom Pass. It's not fine, you have 0 vault keys. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with it, more so than anything, more than the actual duration of how long it's been since we had a vault event, is more so that we got a patch that made vault keys like much more valuable, yet we have not gotten any way to get more of them in that time. Obviously, anyone who's kept a reserve of them have plenty, but like anyone who was already kind of at 0, there's basically been no way to really earn a lot more. Because, you know, realistically, you earn like 99% of them during vault events, due to just the sheer amount that you end up getting of them. And we have not had one since the patch. Oh, top 3? Is today the day? We'll hand out an extra code if this is top 3. No! Well, it's time to play Guess That Door. We'll stay. Let's see. Let's go make the poll. Let's see. Let's see. Which door is correct door? 4, 5, or for Lester, 69. There we go. 4, 5, or 6. Take your pick. I think I might have biased the poll. We'll see what the results come out to. Well, 6 is winning for some reason, not sure why. We'll see what the rest comes out to. Lester with the 4. Seems like 6 is taking the lead. Oh, 6 is taking a very big lead. That'd be funny if 6 makes it all the way to 69. It's getting there. It's at a 50%. I might have to click 6. Yeah, that's quite the lead. People really want 6 today. I might still go for 4. I feel like it might be slightly biased. Let's see which one wins between 4 and 5. Real quick. Just to see. Because they're kind of in like a dead heat tie right now. Oh, no, 5 just took quite a bit of a lead. Interesting. Here's a hard one. We're gonna go for 6. Even though it's probably 5. Even though you know it's gonna be 4, because anytime I don't click 4, it's 4. That's how it works. No! It's 4. No! It's 5! Well, 5 people were correct. Well, there we go. What do we even get hit by? Toxic and, okay, just Poison and Weak. Weak's annoying. Poison, not so much. Poison does basically nothing. If anything, you can actually use it as a beneficial effect. Poison is one of the only few negative effects that's actually a positive effect. Same as Bleed, or at least one stack of Bleed anyways. Because you can utilize it to trigger on damage-related traits. And the value that you get from on damage-related traits is way higher than the 1 damage that you're going to be taking. And that's not an exception for any of them. Like, every single thing that has an on damage trait gains more benefit from triggering it than they do from the 1 damage taken. Meaning all of them benefit from being poisoned or bled. Most of them don't do that big of a boost ratio compared to the current scale of the game. But still enough to make them usable. Yeah, no perfect dungeon today. Oh yeah, did I forget to get the Dragonite? Also, I'm saving all my Dragonite for next patch. Which is one of the reasons I want to get into beta 2. I want to double check to see what the egg system is. Just to make sure. Like if they're doing some kind of tweak to that whole system. I should probably send them a message after this stream. You think you have to email it or something? I don't remember. I know they changed it as of like a couple years ago. Buy the colored egg for real money. Honestly, at this point, I would almost do it. If there was like a $5 option, be like, you could be done with this egg forever. I'd probably click it. If it was like 20 or something, no, I wouldn't. But if there was like a $5 get this colored dragon button, I would actually click that. Just so we don't have to deal with it. Anything much more than that, I wouldn't click though. And we wouldn't do it for the Diamantia because that's guaranteed. Or at least once we get the Brown Dragon anyways, it's guaranteed. You don't have to do some kind of RNG roll once you get past it. Ah, there we go. Let's go grab our Dragonite. Put it in the pile with all the non-existent Dragonite because we just opened the egg last night. So we're all the way down to 104. Anyways, I guess we'll go get the crowns real quick. Oh, wait. Oh, we got a major orb from doing the pet. I've always been making this joke. It hasn't happened yet, though. It probably has happened to someone at some point already. Of course, every 100 pet upgrades or every 100 pet levels, you get a major orb. And of course, in these days, it is technically possible to get a major orb of pet from this orb. And that'd be really funny if maxing out a pet gives you a maxed out orb. Hasn't happened yet, but it will eventually happen. That is not a useful orb at all, though. There's only a 1% chance for it to happen. 2% off the smaller orb, 1% off the bigger orb. But there is a 1% chance that when we do that, it could be a pet upgrade into a pet upgrade. Anyways, let's go get this green deep book, because I actually need that to upgrade Zulcari. I might even do it today, to be honest, because there isn't any other reason not to. What do we even get for upgrading it? We get faction horde stats for whenever we do the Zulcari faction, which is very rarely, so that does almost nothing. However, it does give Kingdom Team bonus stats, and you might think that is relatively useless. However, there is one team where you actually get to utilize that bonus that is really relevant, and it's Orb Weaver, Life and Death Weaver. This team uses 2 troops from Zulcari, meaning that you're actually getting a Zulcari bonus. This right here, the Lord of Spiders, and then the Kingdom bonus tier 4. Currently, it is giving us 3 magic. So who knows what it's going to give us when we go up a stat. Realistically, it's going to be 3 magic plus 1 HP. Or technically 3 HP because it can't be 1. But we'll find out when we do it. Hopefully it doesn't give us less magic. That'd be a bit of a fail. Could you imagine? Who knows? Maybe we'll give us 2 magic. That would actually be kind of insane. It's probably just going to be 3 magic with some life. Or 3 magic with an attack or something. But we'll find out when we get there. After we go get the crowns, we'll actually find out what it changes to. Anyways, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a kingdom where I can go kill very quick. Oh, we're at exactly 100 points. It's funny. Yeah, we'll waste it here. Get our Iron Hawks out. Not that one. The other one. You got your first power from Major Orb of Pet. Nice. Oh, they actually double survived. Not like it matters if multiple survive because they're just going to die at the same time anyways. If anything, it's actually kind of convenient that that happened there. Because we already wouldn't have one-shotted to begin with. And now we double don't get to one-shot. Also, we're about to gain a level. You know what? We'll hand our redeem code when we hit the level. Because at this point, that is any second now. And then we'll get the rest of these crowns and then do the entirety of the faction event. That's pretty much the game plan tonight. Is double Ironhawk still viable during Vault events due to, yes. It is still viable, mostly due to Dragonite Gnome being nearly non-existent. I still have not seen a single one. And based on Cursed Gnome drop rate, you're realistically only going to see 2 or 3 within 15 minutes. And to be slowed down on 2 or 3 fights within 15 minutes, while that does slow you down by about 1 or 2 fights total, probably closer to 1 fight total, it's not really too big a deal. Because it's wasting like maybe 15-ish seconds in a 15-minute time period. So it's not too much at all. But no, this team's still going to be viable. As long as it doesn't have some kind of weird bonus that makes it survive more than 2 hits. Because I'm pretty sure it dies to, it dies to 30 damage. Or sorry, it dies to 35 damage, I mean. Because you would have to be using the higher damage build anyways. Yep, there's our level. Oh, that was the last one at 250. They're all uneven now. Alright, let's go and hand out the code. The good old shiny code. The one of many. Oh, so we still have a lot of codes to hand out this month. We can start going crazy with them soon. Because we got them a little bit later and we still had like the reserve from the Christmas time. Anyways, there you guys go. Alright, we still need 6 more, and then we can go upgrade Zulcari and see what the bonus is. Which is actually a useful bonus. Mostly due to Life and Death Weaver existing. Using Orb Weaver class. Because that means we're going to get some extra stat, and it's probably not going to be anything too relevant, like a few HP, but 3 HP is still more than not 3 HP. And if it's somehow magic, that'd be insane. I highly doubt it, though. And yes, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, that's funny. We have MM and WW in the same code. Which has a lot of M's and W's. Half the code is M and W. It makes the code look so much longer than normal since they're such long characters. I think W in most typefaces is generally the longest character. Because for whatever reason, W seems to be longer in some typefaces compared to M. Like, M tends to be, like, thinner. Like, you can't just, like, make a M go upside down and make it into a W in some typefaces. And YouTube's default seems to be like that. Where the W is actually wider than an M. Because the W has, like, a double V shape. Whereas the M is, more like acute triangles. Which I guess are both technically V shapes. But you know what I mean. The W actually looks like 2 Vs, whereas the M is this very small triangle. They're both technically acute angles, just in different angles. Let's see. We'll take that one down. One level closer to the goal. What do you mean? We're already level 1,800. Look at that. There's a 1 there, there's an 8 there. There's 2 other numbers. It's 1,800. Though we can't say that anymore once we hit 1,790. We won't have an 8 anymore. At least not until 1,798. Though at that point, we could just grind out in like a day the final levels if we really wanted to. We could if there was a Vault event. If only they existed. Because we're shooting up like 5 levels next Vault event, probably. Yeah, I need better glasses now. I just need to clean my glasses. They're actually kind of dirty. I didn't clean them after the shower today, and I probably should have. What I don't understand is how they get so randomly dirty sometimes overnight. Like, I'll just plop them down somewheres. I'll put them on in the morning, and it's like, oh wait, how are these dirty? Like, I just cleaned them. Let's see, I'll take that one down. Oh, I don't need that, though. Yeah, natural dust accumulation. I think it has to do with living on the water as well, slightly. Because a lot of that salty air comes in. I think that might be one of the main culprits of it, other than just dust. Hello, Maximus! Welcome, welcome. Yes, hello, Jason. Welcome as well. As well as Emanator. Also, hello, White Tiger. The second wave of hellos. Oh, the 8:30 crowd. Let's see. We'll take that one down. Yeah, if we ever have a Vault event again, we'll be able to have some long streams for Gems of War as well. As well as hopefully next patch is the Treasure Hunt rework. So hello, YouTube Flames. Hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. When you rub them with a dry cloth, it builds up static electricity, and that attracts dust. True. They were here earlier, just concentrating on tower defense. Nice. Yeah, I missed some chat yesterday when I was focused on tower defense. It's not, like, particularly intense like Guild Wars, but you have to focus to make sure you don't take the wrong room. Otherwise, you waste a sigil, which isn't too big a deal, but that could start wasting some gems. Potentially. Well, depending on what tier you bought. If you bought, like, tier 4, it could start potentially wasting gems. If you bought something like tier 6, you're probably never going to run out. Well, unless you do, like, literally every room, but you know what I mean. If you're doing the correct rooms, you're pretty much never going to run out. At least up to the goal of getting to 25 completion. You looked at the wrong rooms yesterday. Oh, no. Yeah, it can happen. What is a vault event? You don't remember. I know, right? It's been so long. Hey, that reminds me. There's that Pokemon event going on soon. I think that takes place this Thursday. We're probably going to stream it on Friday. Actually, we're probably streaming, like, all Pokemon this weekend. Because I just realized there's a couple things I wanted to do for Pokemon. There's the Greninja event that's happening on Thursday that we're probably not streaming until Friday. There's the 1-year anniversary of Pokemon Legends Arceus, the whole reason why we even got back into Pokemon. And then there is the next season of PvP starting for Pokemon. And that doesn't start till next month. However, I wanted to use this Sunday to grind for shinies of all the Paradox Pokemon. Because they'll finally be usable competitively. I still haven't bothered to go get them all yet. And by not get them all, I mean I have not gotten any of them. I've literally gotten 0 of them. So I should probably go do that. Mostly because they're more annoying to shiny hunt than a normal Pokemon. We'll do a whole stream dedicated to them and see how many we can get. I think there's like 8 of them or something, I don't remember. Which is technically doable in one stream if we get lucky enough. You saw a Dragonite Gnome yesterday in PvP? Nice. Isn't the Greninja event this weekend? I thought it was. Maybe it's a different weekend. I just sworn it was this weekend. Well, technically Thursday. Because it starts at GMT time. Which is 7 a.m. my time. Or 7 p.m. I mean. On Thursday. We're not doing it on Thursday night, though. Is one of the things that brought you back to the game. You still never experienced a vault event. Oh yeah, vault events are a glorious thing. From a loot perspective. Like, it is insane how much you get drowned in loot. If we would ever get one. No, normally they don't go this long without getting one. This is a very weird situation where it's just like going on forever without one. But there's a chance we might get like 2 in February. We might get like a patch and 2 vault events in February. Which would be pretty insane. Especially because that patch is probably bringing a lot of stuff to grind. So we're just going to be grinding like crazy for Gems of War that month. Because that might be 3 individual weekends where we just grind like crazy. Potentially 2 Vault event weekends and 1 whatever next patch does weekends. Though in all fairness, we'll probably be doing that on weekdays if the patch does something insane. Like, if they finally rework Treasure Hunt, we're doing like a 12-hour Treasure Hunt stream on like Thursday. The day after the patch. Or, technically 2 days after the patch. Because it's probably going to happen on like a Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, we'll kind of do a video just kind of recapping everything. And then like that Thursday, we're probably just going to stream like literally all day. Assuming I have time that day, which I should. Oh, wait. I might need to check when my doctor appointments are, though. Yeah, it's going to be one weird thing the next several weeks. Because I have several I need to go to. And I should forget when all the dates are. I have them marked down. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. Going back to Rowain build. Yeah, Rowain is fine. It's still the quickest way to do it without Ironhawk. So it's still good for that. Though at this rate, you might have enough time to get double Ironhawk. And worst comes to worst, we have an Adana rework in May. And while it is a little ways away, you'll be able to event key for Ironhawk during that time. So if you save some event keys up for if you don't want to go down the diamond route, you could end up getting double Ironhawk that way. It's not guaranteed, but it will be in drop table, though it's competing with like 2 other mythics. Remember to take advantage of post-Guild Wars victories. Well, those end up giving you 100% EXP bonus the following day. It mostly just helps for EXP grinding. As your plan for the second Ironhawk? Nice. Yeah, I believe that's the next time we're getting an Adana event. Last I recall, we do not have another one within that time. Because if I go check... what was it? What am I even looking for? Oh yeah, Troop. Because if I'm not mistaken, next Adana event is when we get Adana rework. It's an easy way to check. Control find Adana. Yeah. Next Adana event is for Adana rework. Looks like we're getting Adana Kingdom Pass around that time as well. Yep. We don't have an official date, but we know it's in May. So we're gonna have to wait until May till that. It will cycle in Soulforge once or twice within that time, though. If you do scrap together the diamonds for it. Is of course event keying for it is not guaranteed, but 8,000 diamonds is. You'll have a 100% chance to get it with 8,000 diamonds. Or even with 5,000 event keys, you could get unlucky and not get it. You'll realistically get it with that many. Though there is a non-zero chance you don't. Yeah, Hiking Iron Gut's a great one to get. I personally feel like there's no time too early to get Iron Gut. Even if your attack value is only like 20, there's still so many alternative ways to get it higher. And the second you get your first Devour, you're right at 100% Devour rate in most modes that you'd bother to be using him in. It's more so an issue getting his first Devour, and then you're just good from there. And of course, most of the modes where he's in, he can just offset it with extra stats, like Underworld, where you get a lot of extra attack. You can also set 3 seasons for 12 additional attack as well. Oh, Wild Queen's actually a pretty good first mythic to get. She'll be pretty good for the Friday event we have going on this weekend. She's in Soulforge this week too. I was mentioning that slightly during the video. I do feel like Wild King's going to be a little bit better for it. But Wild Queen's still going to be a great option. Hello, Jay. Welcome, welcome. This weekend we have an invasion event, and with invasions, basically you eventually get to the point where the enemy team is 4 towers, and you'll have your Tower Slayer troop in first slot. So all you really have to do is just take a bunch of skulls and just win that way. If you are using the Queen version, one nice thing about that is her attack reduction does hit through them. Even though they have a bunch of immunities to things like Entangle and other similar things. There's no immunity currently within the game for stat reduction, so you can simply just reduce their attack and not have to deal with them hitting as hard. Are they going to rework all the Kingdom this year? Or just certain ones? No, just certain ones. So far they've been doing like 2 or 3 reworks for Kingdoms per year. The most recent one we had was for Zulcari earlier this month. The one prior to that was Broken Spire. And the next one's Adana. They seem to be almost doing it now in order of, like, when you fight them. Like, in the storyline. Because Broken Spire is the first one you ever fight. Zulcari is generally, like, the second, or actually 3rd kingdom you ever fight. Adana is the 2nd kingdom you normally ever fight in the storyline. So they're starting to do a lot of the earlier ones. I'm not sure if that's going to be a continuous trend. If so, that means, Kakarot might be next. As far as, like, early game kingdoms. Yeah, Kakarot might be next then, as far as Kingdom to get a rework. Though we don't currently have any confirmation on that. Do we have all of our crowns yet? We do. Okay, so I can stop getting crowns. Okay, now that we have this deed book, we can get our first ever, actually, might as well put that in the title. First ever 7-star kingdom. At least for us, anyways. And our first 27-star. There we go. Oh, that's a 28. 27-star. Eventually, we'll be able to say 28, though. Our first 27-star. There we go. Yeah, let's go do it. Let's go get Zulcari. So with the seed book, I now have 10. We could have also done this just by converting the things. However, here we go. Zulcari. It is a magic-based kingdom, which makes it one of the ones that you actually want to go and upgrade. Gosh, almost 1,000,000 gold. But there we go. Let's go click the button. And main thing I want to go see is, do we gain any stats for this team right here? So one of the more noteworthy teams that get affected by this change, or this increase, is Life and Death Weaver. It's only 2, but you do get a bonus from Kingdoms for 2. The Kingdom bonuses work with 2, 3, 4. Troop bonuses work with 3, 4. And color bonuses only work with 4. Like, if you're using pure color, basically. So Kingdoms do work at 2, which does work for Orb Weaver into Arachnian Weaver. And I'm curious to see if these bonuses move up at all. This one won't, but this one could. Because this is currently a tier 4 upgrade, but it's going to be a tier 5 as soon as we do this. If I had to guess, we're probably going to get an attack or an HP. Probably an HP, because we'll probably do just like one small stat, probably. Highly doubt it's going to be like a magic or something. It's probably going to be 3 magic, 3 HP instead of just 3 magic. But let's go see. Where's the kingdom? Because there's 2 benefits we get from upgrading here. We get some faction horde bonus, which does basically nothing. And we get a kingdom team bonus, which affects whenever we use 2, 3, or 4 troops from Zulcari. So let's see what happens here. Alright, there we go. Oh, wait, did I say 27-star? I meant 18. Well, technically it is a 27-star as well. It's our first 18 kingdom. It's also our first 27-star. Same difference. Oh, wait, never mind. It actually is 18. Wait, let me go change it. I forget. We can't 27-star until Thursday. Wait, it is level 18. Let's see. Level 18 kingdom. That's not an 8. That's also not an 8. I will eventually hit the 8 key. I forgot. We can't do the other thing until this Thursday. Soon, TM. Oh, there we go. Our first level 18. Okay, let's go see what stat we got. Was it worth it? Watch it, like, take away the magic for something else. That'd be so sad. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where is it? Where's my team? Where's our Weaver team? Weaver! Where's the Weaver? There it is. Ah, I was right. It is HP. Nice. Okay, that's not bad. 3 extra HP for that bonus. Obviously, it's not worth doing that just for that purpose. So, of course, we're not just doing it for that. We're eventually doing it for 2 permanent magic down the line. Once we get it to 30-star level 20. Which is the main reason for doing that. But in the meantime, we do have 3 extra HP permanently whenever we use this team. That could be enough to get Arachnian Weaver out of kill range if we're up against another Life and Death Weaver team. Or just enough for our first slot to not die. Or Life and Death to not die. Life and Death's never dying, though. That's not the issue. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just 3 extra HP. It's technically 1 HP, but because the other bonus from the pet is 3. It's +1 magic, +1 HP. Instead of just +1 magic now. But of course, the pet upgrades it to 3-3 instead of 1-1. Yeah, there we go. Anyways. So it gave it basically exactly what we thought it would. Let's go. Oh, you get a Tesla. Hey, everyone in our guild has Tesla now. I'm pretty sure they already had it, but there we go. Oh, they all guarantee have it. Anyways, let's go finally do the faction. We're like 45 minutes in just now getting to faction. But, oh yeah, they're trying to sell the scrolls. I saw that earlier too. They're not really that worth it though. Especially now that you can get the orbs. Like, this is basically 1 orb of forging. This is half an orb of forging. And this is like less than 2 orbs of forging. Not like a major orb, like 2 small orbs of forging. And even then, it's technically slightly less value than 2. It's really bad. I'm not sure why they didn't just replace them with forging orbs. Or add a forging orb as an option. It's kind of weird. Anyways, now that they have it, might as well. They're just better scrolls for the most part. You still need the scrolls for like the initial levels. But a major forging is just, you know, a maxed out weapon there. Anyways, where were we? Let's go do the faction already. So, of course, we have a faction event going on. Specifically for Umbral Nexus, since it is a Nexus event week. Still using the same team that we had on copy paste earlier, which we've had on copy paste for the last 45 minutes. I have not put it in here a single time. And it is a pretty standard guards avatar team. When you're not allowed to use Rowain, you can simply use something like this. And our goal is just to insta-win off of the AoE from guards avatar. And if you don't happen to have this combo, you have access to Thrall Leprechaun, so you could really just run literally any 2 damage sources you wish to hit all enemies. And you're pretty much good to go. Just throw like 2 big AoEs in there, maybe like Hero with Black Manacle and something else. And you just win that way. You just throw out Leprechaun will just be all the mana you need to have more than you ever know what to do with. There's Avatars is here for the speed. Let's see. Do you medal the Emperor's Troop? I believe I did. I want to say yes. Yeah, I'm almost guaranteed I upgraded it. I believe it just gains durability, though, if I'm not mistaken. So there isn't much of a need to upgrade it, but I believe I did just because it seemed good enough to bother doing so. Let me double check. I believe I did, but it only gains durability, so it's not super worth it. Yes, I did. But it gains the stats of whatever the heart thing is. I actually forget what that one is. That one's not pure durability. Maybe it does gain a little bit of magic. I forget what's that even called. Troop type. No, not troop type. Troop roll. Support. What does this give again? It gives, I will eventually find the right tab. Yeah, it does give magic. It gives 4 magic. It gives 4 magic, 4 HP, 4 armor. But yeah, I did upgrade it for the 4 magic then. And literally just because the 4 magic, the durability doesn't really matter much on it at all. But yeah, we did upgrade it. It's an okay upgrade. If you feel like you're using enough, I would say it's worth it. It's a legendary too, so it's not like you're using a mythic amount of upgrade. You're just using 3 seasons, then 2 Anus, then 3 Anus. Because generally you don't want to use Anisha on a non-mythic. They are a very scarce resource. You should always make sure you have a reserve of 3 of them as well. But even if you have more than 3, you never want to use them on a legend, only ever on mythics. Because there's nothing above Anisha. So you can't pull from above when you're doing Anisha. Like every other category you can. But you don't generally want to do it for legends, since there's nothing above the threshold on Anisha. So you want to save those for the mythics themselves. But yes, we did upgrade our Empress. I haven't been using Empress too much, but she is still really good. She's definitely a troop to keep an eye on as far as like things that can break the game when synergized with another troop. She's one of several troops in that category that you should always like pay attention to whenever a really good troop comes into the game, because it might have really good synergy with one of those mini support options. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot I almost forgot to remember to up this, because we actually got a Orb of Glory, I believe, during the video earlier today, and I didn't update the number. There we go. We now have 44 Orbs of Glory. I had a feeling I would maybe forget, though I did indeed remember, just way after the fact. So I think there was another question there. What did I just miss? Both Kingdom reworks just adjusted just 1 mythic. Yeah, it is kind of weird that they don't adjust more of the mythics, or even more of the troops in general. Because I believe during the Zulcari rework, I believe it touched about 12 of them, though many of them very minimally. Yeah, the Kingdom has like 20-something troops, many of which could still really use a rework. Even some of the ones that were reworked still need a rework. Like, for example, the Night Terror that they keep buff nerfing every single time they ever do a rework to Zulcari. He's been changed like 3 times. Tried to get buffed all 3 times, and he's become weaker every single time. Way back in the day, I'm pretty sure he used to like remove all purple gems or all red gems. Like he used to, not only did he used to be a different color, but he also used to like remove all of a gem, or destroy all of a gem. I think it was remove. Which in the current state of the game would be better than any other iteration he's ever had. Because it's weird, because a lot of troops prior to Guild War, like I'm talking before version 2.0, had like a removal of a gem. Not a lot of them, but like some of them had it and then got it removed. And every single one that got it removed became weaker. I think one of the most egregious ones for that is, oddly enough, Tall, or whatever his name is. That one epic that you get from Sword's Edge. He used to be able to remove all red. And way back in the day, that wasn't really that useful. But then when Guild War came around, that would have been super useful. But he got it nerfed to the current ability he has now, which is abysmal. It wasn't even good back then. And, yeah, he's never been the same since. Like, if they just literally untouched him and just gave him Empower, he actually would be usable to this day. Imagine if we had that right now. Like, a remove all red at the start of battle. Like, that'd still be situational. But that'd be way better Empower than what he does now. He has like one of the weirdest empowers probably in existence. Because he has an ability right now that makes him want to do the finishing kill on an enemy. But you're never going to do that with Empower on turn 1. Like, nothing's going to get one-shotted by that unless you're doing such a low mode where you can just one-shot everything at once with an AoE damage. Like, he's only hitting for like a, what, 50, 60 something? It's not going to kill anything on turn 1. Does anyone know if Lapina Healer is in the loot table? No. Wait. Which one is that? Lapina Healer. That was the one that was added a couple weeks ago. No, it shouldn't be in the drop table yet. I believe we still have a couple weeks to go. I actually do have that now because I have been getting them from the events now. However, I don't believe it has been added and probably won't be for about another 2 to 3 weeks or so. And specifically on the Friday as well. Like, don't check on Monday because it will take... the reset for it is one of the weird ones that take place on a Friday. Because it gets released on a Friday. For example, the current legend in the event key drop table right now will be available on a Monday in about 6 weeks because it came out on a Monday. But when it comes to faction troops, it's actually about 6 weeks or so after the Friday that it specifically comes out on. Since all those events start on a Friday, specifically. Yeah, level 10 chest. Also, I do like the premise of the new legendary. I just feel like it is so niche that you're never going to use it. I feel like there's a good handful of mythics and similar things like that where, like, in premise, it's unique and potentially good. But in practice, you're never going to bother shuffling around your team to try to fit it in due to how rarely you'd bother ever using it to begin with. Like, it might be the perfect hard counter, like, 1 in 100 battles. But you're likely not going to bother changing it out for that purpose, unless it's like Guild Wars. Like, this could be her, like, only purpose. It's like that 1 in 100 battle where it's like, oh, this will be a perfect hard counter, let's go use it. That assumes a person even remembers to acknowledge her existence. Because it could be very easy to forget she even exists with the 1,000-something troops already in the game. How many are we at these days? The number's starting to get really big. We are at 1,217 troops. I am missing 3. Oh yeah, I know what 3 those are. The legend from the current Kingdom Pass, which we'll have in a couple days. And the 2 dragons. Yep, that's them. Come on, we're almost there. What's that? The saddest part is 6.8 is going to come out before we finish the dragons. Like, there's a 100% chance that happens now. Next patch is in like a few weeks. And there's no way, even if we get perfect RNG, like the next egg is a brown egg, and then we start going all in on Diamantia, we would still not have Diamantia by then, because I still need to craft all 3 weapons, and then the 1,000 for Diamantia itself. So even if the next egg we get was like a 100% chance to get the brown dragon, we still would be short on getting Diamantia by like a month or 2. Because we're realistically only getting 60 per day unless we get some perfects. Anyways. Let's keep going on the faction. If anyone slows down the questions or anything want me to go over, do let me know. Emperor should have came in as a mythic. I'm not sure why. What's the deal with tarot cards in the game? Like, initially they were used to craft other stuff. Then they just started adding a bunch of useless tarot cards. And now they're trying to make tarot cards viable. Like, some of them are, some of them aren't. Like, the one in the current Kingdom Pass, very bad. Like, you're never going to use it. There's literally 0 use case to ever use it. But then you get something like Empress, where it's one of the best magic buffing troops in the entire game to ever exist. But it can only apply to last slot specifically. There's just a drastic contrast between the viability of tarot cards. There's basically 3 types of tarot cards. Ones you need to craft stuff. Ones that are broken beyond belief because they have a 6 mana cost with an ability that isn't awful. And the ones that are so useless, you will never use them for any purpose other than upgrading Kingdom. Those are the only 3 types of tarot cards that exist. Yeah, the Fool in premise is good. He just doesn't normally help you win quicker. He's more of just a really gimmicky, like, disorientation troop. It is a good troop, though. It's just a gimmick you generally don't need to use more than once per fight. And even then, it's only useful against really particular teams that get dismantled a lot from being reoriented. But there's other ways to do that too. Like, let's say a team has Diamantia on it. You just rope dart it and you just won. Because you're blocking every single mana with Diamantia and then. Like, is it literally as simple as just rope darting the Diamantia? Which I wonder how many people are going to start using Diamantia on defend teams. I haven't really been seeing them, though I also haven't really been doing much PvP. Because Diamantia does share the issue that the other 6-colored weapons have. Which is something that we really haven't gotten to see for a while, because 6-colored things kind of fell off for the longest of times until Diamantia became, like, the entire meta. But, or at least it will be once more people can get their hands on it. But, like, the main way to get rid of any troop that's ever 6 mana cost is rope dart it or anything similar that brings it to first slot, then throw disease on it. If it is disease, it'll block every single mana on the entire enemy team. So if you just mana drain it or just have disease on it or similar mechanics, you just auto-win. Because they can't get any mana and they're accumulating mana at a slower rate, so any mana that they are getting is just doing almost nothing. Of course, they could bypass it with, like, enchant or wish gems. But you can also bypass that with dispel and kill the thing that creates wish gems. Can you please tell them in the beta to buff Plunder and Peril? Yeah, gold farming team's been kind of nerfed for a while, ever since they nerfed Skeleton Key. I'm hoping we get a Kingdom Pass. Like, I'm hoping they add a gold power gem, a soul power gem, and who knows, maybe even an EXP one, but at least a gold and soul one at some point, and have, like, a whole season where they add, like, a bunch of gold boost ratio troops and then, like, a bunch of soul boost ratio troops while bringing in a respective gold and soul power gem. Because it'd be cool to bring back that mechanic. They had it in Puzzle Quest 1, and only in Puzzle Quest 1. And while the mechanic was kind of okay in that game, it could be really good for gold and or soul boost ratio teams in this game. Like, it could actually be a usable thing. Because I feel like in Puzzle Quest 1, it kind of, like, slowed down the battle too much. But a singular power gem in Gems of War wouldn't really slow down the battle that much. Especially if it counted as mana. I highly doubt it will. It'll probably count as, like, a, you know, kind of like a stone block, but you get, like, resources for it if you destroy it. Yeah, EXP farming would be drastically different if we ever got an EXP gem. I don't think they would ever do an EXP gem, because EXP doesn't cap. Gold and Souls has a cap. There is actually 0 cap on EXP. If you kept letting the enemy team resummon, you can get infinite EXP in a single battle, unless it caps at like 1,000 or some kind of weird number that's super high. But to my understanding, there is no EXP cap per battle in Gems of War, so they are likely to never add a EXP gem unless they were also add a cap, which I highly doubt they would bother doing. Just because it's just going to be really clunky if there's no cap. Because you could literally just go grind for like 3 hours straight and get a level per fight. So it's very unlikely they would ever do it. Nor would they ever go through all the effort to code a cap for the for the EXP just to add a EXP gem. Like, they're not going to go through that much effort. There is 0 chance they're going to go through that much effort. I'll throw that down. But yeah, nothing has an EXP boost ratio currently within the game. I don't think they ever would. There's a lot of really useless ones. Like number killed boost ratio. Almost never really gets to proc that often. There's a lot of really weird ones within the game that just can't really build builds. Gold definitely has the highest chance of like any currently existing boost ratio that doesn't have its full potential. I would say Gold's probably the biggest one that can improve. Souls has like a wider range that it can improve, but ultimately there's better Gold options currently within the game compared to Soul options. Very few things that boost ratio from Souls are any good, and most things that boost ratio from Souls only boost ratio damage, whereas there are many Gold related troops that actually boost ratio how much mana you accumulate. based on gold. There are actually entire categories of it. There's Bronze-Lock Pistol. There's that one brown-blue that does number of explodes. There's Egg Thief. There's probably something else I'm forgetting. That all boost ratio, mana accumulation based on gold. There's also even an entire Underworld faction that's boosted by gold. They have like stat gains boosted by gold, Skull Creation boosted by gold. Whereas Souls just does not have as much diversity. It's like almost all damage boost ratios. Most of them pretty bad damage boost ratios other than Ferris Ra. And even that's kind of bad. Ferris Ra needs a lower mana cost for sure. Like even at 20 it's too high. Which is the issue that a lot of mythics have. Is they have too high of a mana cost, and ones that have like 24 should have 20, and even 20 is too high for some of them. The only exception to that's that one tower, but it doesn't really count as like a standard mythic. I was curious if we ever will get more towers. We currently only have one. And while that tower is usable, it's only really usable in Guild Wars. And the only reason it's usable is because it has that one indestructible trait thingy. It's normally used within Rage Carandera because it's also one of the only other ones that has it. Do you know when Pride Lands is coming around next? I don't think we have an official date for Pride Lands. Yeah, Pride Lands is pretty relevant. Isn't that when you get Rope Dart? It's like Rope Dart week. It's like the most relevant thing about any Pride Lands event. Is you can get Rope Dart. I don't think we have one with Invisible Sight. Good check real quick though. Pride Land. That's nice, but oh, that's Donna's already there. Pride Land. Oh, we do actually have an official date. April 10th. That's a while from now, though we do have an official date of April 10th for the next Pride Lands event. The most noteworthy thing about that is, oh, we're also getting a new event key legend that day. Actually, oddly enough, that might be the next event key legend. But, yeah, April 10th. We get a new legend that day in the event key drop table. We also get Rope Dart and Soulforge, which is probably the most relevant thing that will happen all that week. Though we don't know the viability of that troop, because I'm pretty sure it says to be determined. Yeah, it is. We don't know the info on it yet. But it is the week of obtaining Rope Dart, for anyone who doesn't have it. Which is among one of the better weapons in the entire game. Actually, I'd probably say it's the strongest weapon in the entire game. There's a lot of things you could put under that category, and obviously you don't use Rope Dart in every team. But it just has so much value. The main value that it actually has is not even necessarily that's an armor tier weapon that then deals some damage, but it's the most viable way to move something on the opposing team. Because it has auto extra turn, it entangles them and moves them to first slot, so not only will they not be able to hit you with skull damage, but they'll also be in first slot and capable of hitting you with skull damage. And you have the auto extra turn, and it still has mana accumulation, destroys 3 reds, which means not only do you gain 3 red mana for whatever's on your team, but you also get Cascade. That has auto extra turn that could potentially lead to a 4 times or a 5 times, or even just a Cascade to 3. It is a lot of value ends up ultimately getting. It's mostly due to the extra turn. Like, Rope Dart without extra turn would be... it would still be used, but nowhere near the frequency at which it is now. It'd be like the difference, like, if Life and Death had, like, extra turn on it. Like, if Life and Death had extra turn, it'd be on almost every team. If you had that plus an extra turn on top of everything. Like, almost every team would be running Life and Death if they just needed a filler weapon. I can apply it to almost every other good weapon, though. Because Rope Dart is one of only a few with extra turn. At least guaranteed extra turn anyways. Of course, it's not guaranteed. You can still get countered by freeze and stuff. They can also counter that by having a immune to freeze hero. Elder Dragon is B tier. Yeah, it is around there. Biggest issue with Elder Dragon is the same issue that all gem spawners that do power gems have currently. And it is, they overwrites their own color. So it's a brown power gem that overwrites other brown gems. If it wasn't for that, he'd probably be higher. But the fact that he can overwrite his own gems, or, you know, more so the brown gems that already exist, is problematic. And it's an issue that not only him has, but currently every single thing with a power gem spawner. Some of them aren't really that affected by it, though. Like, for example, wish gems. Because you don't actually get matched with any gem, so it doesn't really matter. But any gems that do get matched with other colors, it matters. Like any of them that can be any of the 6 colors. Though potion gems isn't as affected by it. Like, potion gems is. But generally, you're not trying to land potion gems directly for an extra turn. Especially because one of the best options for it is Flask. And Flask has auto extra turn. It's one of the other few weapons that has auto extra turn on it. Speaking of rope dart, but it's one of the other few that has auto extra turn. And for that reason, you actually don't care necessarily if it connects or not. Because that allows you to choose which ones you might want to destroy. Rather than having them automatically pop. I'll catch you later, Jason. If anyone still has any other questions that you want me to go over, let me know, because we'll be calling it soon as well. Like, as soon as we finish up this faction floor, we're probably calling it for tonight. Until tomorrow, where we get a new pet for Australia Day. Which, for whatever reason, the other website says is Barbecue Day. Which reminds me, I haven't had barbecue in a while. The problem is, one of the best places for barbecue around me, or at least one of my personal favorite, there's like a billion different places to the south. Everywhere has decent barbecue compared to an average location. But as far as like really good barbecue, the closest location's like a little over half an hour away. So I like never go there. And that's like over half an hour by car. It's literally unwalkable by foot. It's way too long. Keeping on in the background for the algorithm. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, we do have really surprisingly high retention time for streams. Like, I'm pretty sure way above what is normal. And I do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure it's because we mostly just have regulars. The only bad thing about streaming Gems of War is, like, it almost appeals, like, never to newer people. It's always just, you know, everyone who's knows our schedule, streaming every single day and all that, which is probably one of the main reasons why we have such good retention time. These very rarely do new people pop in, though. Hello, if you are here. But normally it's, you know, just the regulars almost every time. Which is probably one of the reasons why it goes so high. Oh, we still need one more fight. Let's take this one, then. Have people hanging out waiting for a code. Wait, did I not hand out a code earlier? Wait. Did I not? I thought I did. Oh, no, I did. Let's see. I'll throw that down. And people lurking. Yeah, that's not enough to kill. Though this will be. Actually, at this point, I might as well just kill it with this. Alright, there we go. Do we get anything good from the orbs today? No, boo. Well, at least we got a Orb of Glory earlier, the lesser one. It was off stream. Actually, it was technically during the video we did earlier. Oh, a 31 tribute. Nice. Ah, there we go. We'll end it there then. I believe that is all the things. And then tomorrow, okay, that will be on Thursday. So yeah, tomorrow we mostly just have the pet then. Though it looks like we have something going on almost every day this week then. Because tomorrow we have the pet, the Australia Day pet. We have that thing going on. A little anteater thing. That has a special name. I can't remember what it's called. But that thing is coming out tomorrow. So make sure to get it. It's a cosmetic pet, so who knows when it's coming back. Thursday we have ourselves two things. Obviously the standard Elementalist class event, which is a great hero class. But also more so, without spending anything extra, you will finally be able to complete out this pass. Both the free side or the paid side. Depending on where you are. And we'll finally be able to go upgrade Zulcari then. to 27 star. Friday, we have ourselves the invasion event. And Saturday, I believe we are having a pet event. I think. Though that's not confirmed, I don't think. But let me double check. I think we are. It doesn't say here. But it doesn't always say here if we do or don't. This normally just says new ones. But there's a non-zero chance. Oh, you know where it might say? Hold up. Right over here, it might say. Do we have a pet event this Saturday? Because I believe we might. Pet rescue, that's the Wednesday one. No. At least according to Terran's World, we don't. There's still a chance. But yeah, according to Terran's World, we do not. The main reason I mention that is because if it is the Australia Day pet, which it seems like it is, we have gotten some Australia Day pets in the past. So normally around the time of events like this, they'll give some of the older ones. So this Saturday, we might get one. Though we can easily see that on Thursday if there's a different pet there. Like, you know, if it says, like, in 3 days you have a pet rescue. So there's still a non-zero chance. Let's see. Did you medal the Elder Dragon? No. The main reason I didn't medal Elder Dragon is mostly because it didn't seem like it'd be good enough to bother with. Mostly compared to other AoEs, because I want to make sure we have enough for Diamante and stuff like that when we get it in soonish, kind of soon. Whatever you'd consider a couple months to be from now. But, yeah, I did not end up upgrading it. It's not a horrible option to go for. I just don't feel like it's going to be viable enough going forward. Let's see. You feel like Kafka did that? Wait, what did Kafka do? What, change it to barbecue day? Well, was there some kind of controversy with calling it Australia Day? What is the event I'm talking about? You've not heard of it? Wait, which event? The invasion this weekend? Or something else? Oh yeah, Achinda. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. I knew what the animal was based on appearance, but forgot its name. But yeah, in Echidna. That sounds correct. I'm probably pronouncing it slightly incorrectly. I know what the word is now. Can I make a video on what troops not to medal? That'd be kind of hard to do compared to a meddling one. Generally speaking, if you're looking for ones not to medal, it's generally roles that you don't want to medal. For example, you generally don't want to medal generator and defenders. There are exceptions to that, but generally anything that gains only durability is not normally worth meddling as a mythic. There are, of course, exceptions, especially if they boost ratio for one of those stats. But this is just pure. Both of these two are pure durability. You only gain a lot of HP and some armor. Or sorry, it's the other way around. You either gain a lot of armor and some HP, or a lot of HP and some armor. Which seems like it should almost be the other way around, but you're given that as an armor icon. But those two are just pure durability. And very rarely are they worth it. Like, they're going to let you live one hit occasionally. But they don't make you win any quicker unless that troop happens to have a boost ratio based on them, and they generally don't. So these are two that you generally want to avoid for any mythics that have them. Defender and Generator. The main ones you're looking for are normally like Mage for pure magic, Support for almost pure magic, a few other ones that have like a little bit of magic in it, like Striker. And there's some kind of like all-rounder ones, like I think Warlock is all 6, like 666. Is it Warlock or Warmaster? I can't remember. It's one or the other. But you generally want to avoid Defender Generator, at least for mythics. Because they're just durability and very rarely do they help you win quicker. They just help you survive a shot ever so occasionally. Echidna. Oh yeah, Echidna! Yeah, how did I pronounce it? Let's see. Oh, they made a comment that they could put literally anything on the troop pet events. And until it actually comes out, it doesn't matter. And we shouldn't trust future stuff based on other sites. Okay, so we still could get it on Saturday then. That makes sense. Because I know we've gotten it out of nowhere on Saturdays before, so there's still a chance it can happen. So hopefully it will, because normally around these times of years they do give us at least one of the past ones. So I'll probably get one of the Australia Day pets this Sunday. Maybe like the 2021 or whatever other years they've done it on. Because for whatever reason, I don't think they've done one for that every single year. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading out for now. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Did I medal Cedric? I think I have. Just because why not? For gold farming teams. It's a pretty useless upgrade because I believe it's pure durability, but hey, it does something. But anyways, guys, I'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. You guys know the drill. We'll mostly be doing the pets. We have a new pet, make sure to get it. And aside from that, I guess a standard grind. Maybe we'll go do some bunch of vault key openings. We still have, gosh, how many vault keys do we have left? We still have 1,900 left. Well, technically 2. Those are actually 2 that we earned today, I believe, through various events. I think one was from, Tower of Doom, and the other one was from, what's it called? Literally the event we just did, the faction event. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by.